Can we just stop with the bullshit and move forward?
It depends. Is the first step of moving forward you taking down that rebranding shit on Instagram?
It is not.
All right, so there's nothing to discuss. That's not the look for me.
I don't care what your look is.
I bet.
Let me just be clear. When I met you, I was looking for a boyfriend, not a second dad.
Okay, and when I met you, I was looking for a girlfriend. Not some little Instagram shorty that's setting thirst traps.
Well, I guess this isn't anything a discussion is going to fix.
No, I guess not.
Or any amount of time apart.
Nah, I guess we could call it a wrap. Might as well make it official.
Might as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
They took too long to have that conversation.
What do you mean they took too long?
I mean, if it's getting to the point of, he said, what's your take on moving forward? Or what was it?
Well, so from that video,
Next step of moving forward.
yeah. What I understand from that video is the girl, she's one of these Instagram hoes, so
What
to
are
speak.
you doing?
She posts naked pictures or like pictures in bikinis and showing her body and stuff like that on Instagram. And the guy don't want that. He wants her to take down the pictures and she don't want to do that. And she's saying, when I was looking for a boyfriend, I was after a second dad.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Which I technically think that's what you should be looking for as a woman. Because I mean, I'm not talking about boyfriend. I don't believe in boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm talking about a husband, right? When you in that like courtship stage, right? You're looking for a man. Your father is gonna be looking for a man that's gonna take over his responsibility. That's more like a second father, in my opinion. So yeah, he's actually the second father, in my opinion. So he should be able to tell you, don't do this, don't do that, because that is not gonna, bring good result. And she don't want to see it that way. She's one of these women we're talking about. And that's why she had a problem with it. Well, you think he's not in the in a position to tell her to do those things?
Look, I mean, realistically, he would have already known what Instagram looks like.
Okay. That is what women say all the time. This is what you need to understand. No, hold on. Let me stop you quickly. No, like women say this all the time. Let me stop you quickly. What you need to understand is sometimes I'll say 99% of the time, since sexual liberation, since women can do whatever they want and men are no longer obligated to do certain things, what men do is, I just want to have sex with her and see how it goes. That is the first step. They don't care about that. So when they start caring about the girl, that's when they start, okay, I need to make adjustment. Do you understand that?
Right. So you didn't let me finish.
All right, go ahead.
To start with.
Go on.
He would have seen that. Yes or no? Most likely.
That's the point. Go on.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And by the sounds of that clip, they've been, getting to know each other for a while.
Yeah.
Right. Those sorts of things, I would say should have been spoken about earlier.
Okay. Can I speak now? Are you done? No, go ahead. Finish.
Right. Her reaction
in
this whole, was I'm looking for a boyfriend, not a second dad.
Yeah.
Or father, whatever. don't know how else to put it. I think it's just pathetic. Like, fair enough. If you want to do what you want to do, and that's the image you want to put out to the world,
Mm-hmm.
and you want someone in your mind, you want someone who's just going to accept that and be like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
This man obviously has said that that's not what he's looking for.
Yeah.
Then fair enough. It's not going to work. Just admit it's not going to work. Come to that conclusion, go your separate ways. It is what it is. However, how likely you are to find a man who would carry on rolling with that, maybe another story.
All right. So this is why I said, because obviously you didn't make your initial statement was what I addressed, and you've reiterated what you said.
You cut in.
Yeah, I cut in.
I wasn't finished.
Yeah, I know.
You just jumped in.
I know. What I'm trying to tell you now is you didn't say anything different. You didn't add really to what you've said earlier. So here's my point, right? This is what I said, because when you said he's seen that from the beginning, he's seen the pictures.
That was all I said, by the way. And
yes.
That's all you just jumped in.
Okay. That's why I said him seeing those pictures are irrelevant, because go ahead.
But you said I hadn't added anything. Because my point was the point that you were already making. But you jumped in before I could finish.
Yeah, because the reason why I jumped in...
saying this is what all women say.
Yes, that's why I jumped in. Because I knew where you were going to go. And that's exactly where you went. So,
How?
Obviously, apart from you addressing the fact that what she said was... I don't know the exact words you used. Apart from that. Anyways, I'll come back to that. What I said was, due to sexual liberation, right? A man is no longer obligated to do certain things. And because of that, what men do, I said, 99% of the time is, I want to have sexual access to this girl. I mean, if she turns out good, it is what it is. If she doesn't, it's just going to be sex. That's how men go in. So when they go in and they actually see you as an option, they actually see you as a woman they want to take seriously, that's when they start making adjustment. I don't want you to do XYZ anymore. Because your point was he's seen the pictures or the videos that she posts on Instagram. I said that's irrelevant because he wasn't thinking about wifing her up or making her official or getting serious with her when he stepped to her. He just wanted to have fun. But now that he's seeing her as someone I can be with. So now I need to mark my territory. I need to make sure, okay, she's in check. That's what he was doing. And women don't understand this. This is why I was like this. Hold on.
You can put out feelings before that.
Just let me finish. This is what women say all the time. They refuse to understand. Again, this is why I said you will never empathize with a man. So what he's doing now is letting her know, okay, I am serious about you now. So therefore, some of the things you're doing, I do not appreciate. So I want you to stop XYZ. And this is what every single man will do when they get to that point.
Wait, but when you're contemplating it before, in order to consider getting serious with this person, wouldn't you have a slight conversation in terms of, is this the kind of thing that you're always looking to do, or not directly go, I want you to stop doing that, there's a way of having that conversation earlier.
All right, so I think you're moving the goalposts. The way that conversation, hold on. The way that conversation started, it
You're
means
saying once the man has then decided that this is the woman that he wants to be with, that's it basically. That's when suddenly it's change this, change that.
yeah. But listen to what I'm saying. If you listen to that conversation, they've already talked about it. No, they have talked about it.
From what I heard in that conversation.
How did it start? How did it start? Did they just say, oh, what do you want to talk to me about? No, because they've already had a prior conversation about it.
He asked her about what she meant moving forward.
Okay.
Or taking the next step.
All right. Does that sound like there was no prior conversation?
About that topic, yes.
Yeah. Does that sound like there was? You said not throwing it out directly, and that's exactly what you did. Hold on. What I'm saying to you is, you still don't get the message or the point I'm trying to get across. A man doesn't care about none of that at the initial stage. The nastier you are, the better for him, or the better the chances of him getting with you. So he don't care about that. So once he's there and he actually sees that you're a good girl, you might be misguided or whatever, then if he really likes you, then he's going to start putting his foot down. That's when he's going to tell you, okay, I don't like XYZ. At the initial stage, he's not going to do that. If he really want to, his number one goal is to get with you, he don't care about that. Yeah. He might, deep down he cares, but he's not going to say nothing. All right, let me play the video back so you watch it again and tell me if there was no prior conversation.
Wasn't talking about right at the start. Not like the start of things.
Just watch it.
Can we just stop with the bullshit and move forward?
It depends. Is the first step of moving forward you taking down that rebranding shit on Instagram?
Okay.
It is not.
Can we just stop as and move forward? Does that sound like there was no prior conversation?
That's not the look for me.
I don't.
Oh, do you need me to play it back? No, let me play it back.
Can we just stop with the bullshit and move forward?
It depends. Is the first step of moving forward you taking down that rebranding shit on Instagram?
It is not.
Hold on.
Hold on. Discuss.
Hold on. Is the first step is you taking down that rebranding shit you put up on Instagram?
Yeah, I heard it.
That they've had a conversation.
Yeah.
So why are you saying this is...
No.
Go on.
I'm not in terms of that exact conversation being the first. I'm talking about that at that point.
Okay, so
That
it's either...
point.
Alright, so it's what you're saying is, one, you should tell her from the beginning.
No, I didn't say from the beginning.
Okay, when should they have done it?
You're not listening. I didn't say from the beginning.
I know you didn't say that. This is what I'm saying. You said he should have had a conversation.
No,
but I said he did.
no.
That's why I played it back. So which one are you saying? Are you saying he should have done it from the beginning, or when he... Alright, tell me when.
Right, so you're saying they'll only bring it up when a man knows that he wants to be serious.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So already my made up, this is the woman I want to be serious with.
Yeah.
Right. How do you get to that decision without discussing these things that bother you beforehand? Not in a direct manner, as direct as that, but in terms of, is it something that this person would consider? Is it...
That's what I'm telling you. The video tells you that's been done already.
No, that just to me shows that they started a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it didn't end well because the tones are almost like they're in an argument over it.
Okay. All right. So
And it's like the next day or something.
yeah. So it means, just like you said. So
Regardless, he's already at the point of this is the woman I want to be serious with. So how it's poor decision making on his part
how?
because he's not gathered information enough prior whether this is something that this person would consider doing.
No. No. That's not how it works. Because he's there, right? He will put forward his, in this case, he will tell her, okay, this is what I want.
Would you get serious with someone without knowing
Just
that they
listen to me.
wanted kids? They don't want kids at all.
Just listen to me. So once he noticed that, okay, she might be all right. All right, him doing this is not guarantee he's gonna get married to her. You just want to make it like, okay, this is now, I can claim this girl for now. She haven't got to the wife stage yet. I mean, this is what you don't understand. The stage she's at right now is she's meant to move up from, this is a girl I'm just smashing, to like, okay, that's my girl. It's not, she hasn't got to, that's gonna be wifey. It's different stages.
Okay, so
Look,
you have the terms seeing each other. You don't like to say boyfriend, girlfriend.
this is what I'm saying. You just don't
Wifey.
get put. You just don't get put in that position.
No,
You have to earn it.
They're the terms that we're talking about. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now he sees that, okay, I could actually take this girl serious. Maybe potentially in the future we'll see what happens. But now I need to, claim her. So first step of claiming her is making sure that she's not advertising herself to other men in his view. That's why he took that step. Because what she's doing is advertising herself by posting naked pictures on Instagram. So she's letting other men know that she's available. That's what that means. No. Or, do you know what I mean? That's what it is, in my opinion. And that's how men see it. If you post certain pictures or videos of yourself on social media, and that's how men are going to see it.
Okay.
And again, that's probably...
what men do.
Hold on. That's probably what he saw that made him go for her. I'm like, okay, let me smash. Let me see if I can get mine. And now he's there like, okay, she's not that bad. I could actually take her serious. So now I'm going to get her to stop doing that so other guys would not think she's out there in the street. But she don't want to see that way. She sees it as controlling or being a second dad. And that's how most women are. So now she's going to lose.
Right. He used the term rebranding.
Yeah. I don't have the full video, but I'm just telling you from that snippet.
But the term rebranding wouldn't be one to use unless... I mean, why otherwise would you use the term rebranding?
I don't know. I can't comment on that. That would be me just, creating stuff.
Maybe there's a financial aspect in terms of rebranding, promoting.
Whether or not that's relevant to what the man want in his woman or want his woman to do. So if she want to take brand deals of a man, that's what she wants, and that's what she gets. So what she want is she want to do certain things. She wants to act like she's single and the man just
Right.
sits there and
Okay.
wait for her and says nothing.
Regardless of when the conversation happened, I always think it's best to have those types of conversations earlier the better, because what's the point otherwise? You're just wasting your time. Anyway, the
But
attitude,
do you know?
the way that conversation went
Right.
was unnecessary.
No. What you need to take from that video is the guy's fed up. This is why I'm saying women don't understand, right? I keep going back to that. I want you to really get that in your head. If you look at the guy's response and his body language, they've had this conversation before. And that is like, he's not gonna tolerate, he's not gonna take that. That's the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
I
what
got
that means.
I got that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How could you watch that video and tell me there's no prior conversation? Because he's clearly...
Yeah, but it's like the conversation is, like I said, just happened, and it's like the next day or something. I'm not saying
so
when I say to have it early and to do that.
So let me tell you what happened based on that video. I guarantee you, if you were to look for the full video, he's brought up this whole thing because he's now being interested in claiming her, right? He wouldn't just start out by saying, oh, I want you to stop XYZ. So he's going to ask certain questions. Then now the way she responds...
No, that's not in the video.
That's what I'm telling you, what led to this.
Yeah,
what I think led to this.
This is literally what I'm saying, is there needs to be feelers put out way before that.
Okay, so just let me finish. So now when he says, okay, I don't like the fact that you're doing XYZ, her response was like, oh, I'm not gonna give that up. I will not stop doing that, blah blah blah. Because, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
And that's why he responded the way he did in that video. So I don't think